So, guys, the second topic I like to talk about, guys, I think NASCAR is a good thing. Now, guys, I haven't watched the Indianapolis race. Technically, I haven't watched any interesting races for a while, and I thought to myself, maybe I'll go watch the Richmond race because I'm thinking to myself, well, whoever's going to win the gold medal, it might as well be USA because USA and China tied for the most gold medals. 40 gold medals in total, but America scored a lot more silvers and bronze, more than any other country. So they were the top medal out there. Yeah, I feel bad. Guys, I wish China won. But my point is, I was thinking to myself, you know what? Let's see in NASCAR if Daniel Suarez will win the medal for Mexico in this race. But of course, guys, when watching the race that day, I was coming out at the time. I was watching the last 50 or so laps when out of nowhere, I was looking at Austin Dillon, 32nd in the point standings. I look at him and he's passing Denny Hamlin. And I'm like, dude, what the heck? He passes him with 30 laps to go. And guys, I'm going to make another podcast of a full documentary history about Austin Dillon, but still, he comes out, it's crazy. And it's crazy because my father's even yelling like a fucking retard. I got to kill him. Sorry. But yeah, he comes out with 2 laps to go down the front stretch. And for what reason, Ricky Stenhouse decides to spin Ryan Preece. For reasons why, we'll never know. Because, guys, I've been trying to find interviews or post-race interviews or people interviewing Ricky Stenhouse. But I think Ricky Stenhouse is walking out of the building because of what he done. And to this day, we still haven't found interviews. I've been making comments on the Iceberg, Slap Shoes, Eric Estep, every single person in NASCAR, and none of them can't find information. No one's replying to me and all. For reasons why Ricky Stenhouse did it, I'll never know. But all we know is he comes out, he spins him, and brings out the caution. And now we have Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin. They're already in the championship right now. So there's no business. And at this moment, like, guys, Austin Dillon already has 2 top 10 finishes, and his average finish is over 23 after 22 races. Make it 23 races. But like, it's just really hard to see this happen to him. Like, he's having fluke wins in the Cup Series, and this, dude, he should have deserved this win. We come out, he messes up the restart. Logano passes him to the backstretch. They go by again, go to the front stretch. White flag comes out. They go back to the backstretch. 2 more turns to go, and, well, nowhere. He goes by and just bumps out Logano. And Denny Hamlin, for God knows why, because he had no business being there. He was already locked into the championship, but he goes by, and surprisingly, right there, Austin hooks Hamlin and hits the wall, and that's it. He wins the race. At this moment, he's celebrating with his baby, his born baby, and all his other friends, and Logano and Hamlin are not liking it. Hell, even Logano gets back in his car and scares Austin's children for no reason, and he gets fined and such, but yeah. And guess what? We come days later right now after all this, and like, hell, it's already Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday the 14th. We're 3 days after this race, and YouTube channel Iceberg releases this video an hour ago. Like, now don't get me wrong. What Iceberg did say was he was right. Guys, like, don't get me wrong, guys. Like, he's not wrong when you're saying, oh, you're queering Denny Hamlin out, and then you crash him, this or that. But, like, guys, I will say, though, guys, I'm not going to say that spinning someone out in the final lap is that bad. Like, yes, Iceberg did say it was borderline. He's not wrong. But yet again, guys, if you spin someone out going for the lead, at the end of the day, it's a self-policing matter. You spin someone out, well, guess what's going to happen next week? They might spin you out as well, and they're going to like, hey, if they're going to race me that way, I'll race them. I'll race them next week the same way they did to me. That's the way it goes. This is like the 1991 Sonoma race. When Ricky Rudd spins out Davey Allison, he comes to the white flag, runs, and Allison's now in second place, and then he gets the checkered flag, a black flag. He gets a lap down for spinning out Davey Allison. Why? Because there's no doubt, because Davey Allison was the son of royalty of the Allison family. And he got cost a win. It's one of the worst dumb calls in the history of NASCAR history. Dude, but you see a guy spinning two drivers trying to take the lead, he spins out Logano, no problem. Hamlin's trying to go for his next win again. Like, Austin Dillon is trying to fight for the playoffs here. Do you blame him for doing that? After having him now, that Iceberg is telling us that Dillon is out of the playoffs. Like, the win stands, but he's not going to make it to the playoffs for what he did. I already replied to his comment saying, do you agree with the penalties of Austin Dillon and Joey Logano? Well, I agree with Joey Logano, but not Austin Dillon. I actually commented him saying, well, more NASCAR's dam of legitimacy for slap shoes here. Like, guys, this whole situation happened because of the playoffs. Guys, I did say in 2023 in a bunch of comments saying that the NASCAR playoffs is going to die in 2023 by the end of the season. They still have it. And why do I say that? Well, hell, in 2004, they started the chase format when, by the season during 2003, Bill France Jr. left NASCAR, had his son, Brian France, taken over for him. But before he left, his high school friend Bob Latford passed away, the guy that created the points format that we all knew and loved back in 1975 to this year. So, yeah, at the end of the day, I just find so much problems here that they create this chase format because of Brian France. He created this slobber knocker fest. And by 2013, in the same race, Clint Boyer spin gates himself out to help Martin Truex Jr. make it to the chase for 12 drivers. He gets eliminated because of spin gate. And they give Jeff Gordon a chance to become the 13th driver because he didn't make it. So what did they do? Well, they created a new format, playoffs, 2014. Man, the first decade from 2004 to 2013, good job. Chase format was not that bad, but yeah, the playoffs is worse. You come 2014, and now we're 2023. We're 1 decade into we're 1 decade into that. We're 2 decades in to after 2004 when the whole system of this became a bullcrap. So I thought the system was gonna die. They still have the fucking playoffs, and that pisses me off to this day. For reasons why you have to penalize so much of giving, Austin Dillon was an underdog. He deserved to be in the playoffs for this, and you ruin him for this. Richard Childress Racing might not be that successful, and dude, can you imagine if we come to the round of 16 in Atlanta or any of the other races, and you'll see that Austin Dillon is getting some good positions, which we know he won't because he's not going to make it if he gets a lucky Daytona win next week. Dude, if he wins in Daytona in race 25, that would be awesome. But just imagine if he wins a Talladega race and just how unbelievable that was. And you're thinking, oh, great, if Austin Dillon was in the playoffs, we would have made it to the round of 8. Just goes to show you, it's BS to see this. This is why the NASCAR playoffs was the one that caused this. And I just feel bad, and just talking about it is so bad. 1 second, I gotta get a drink of water. So, yeah. Most importantly, I will say this, though. With everything going on right now in racing, like, yeah, going back and watching this race, you think to yourself, man, Austin Dillon deserved this win. He deserved the playoffs. And, guys, for reasons why. Guys, if people do have footage of Ricky Stenhouse or an interview from him, please let me know. Because why do we not have footage or interviews or something to speak out? Because I click on videos on YouTube of Ricky Stenhouse interview in Richmond, nothing. So for reasons why we don't have anything for Ricky Stenhouse, I don't understand. Like, it seems like Austin Dillon is such a victim, and just hearing this outright, guys, just imagine, imagine that all of this wouldn't have happened, and it did. It's such a ridiculous thing. And by the way, while looking it up, Austin Dillon was 26 in points. Now he's 31st in points. At this moment, guys, so you're telling me with Austin Dillon 31st in points with 1 win already in his first top 5 and his third top 10. We now have 12 drivers that have won a race this year, but Austin Dillon's the 13th and you're not counting him. So you're saying, so Martin Truex hasn't had a win. He's 8th place. Ty Gibbs, he's 11th. Bubba Wallace and Chris Buescher. So they're in the points in battle for the championship. That same thing for Ross Chastain. So we still have 5 drivers from Martin Truex in 8th, Ty Gibbs 11th, Wallace, Buescher, and Chastain 12th, 13th, and 14th. They're battling for a spot. It's ridiculous, and it's so upsetting that I just really hate this.